Salam alaikum, buenos dias. Peace and blessings be to you guys all. This Monday, ya tu sabe, over here 1121 North Philly. Making the donut like always. It's drizzling. Got the street sweeping trucks around, just bringing up the dust. That's all they do. That doesn't clean nothing. Just puts dust all over your cars. Like I said, I hope you guys are doing great. I just came in, just like always, bring a couple of or a topic or something. And gratitude. When you find that elder and that munanso that puts the time in you, you have to remember that there are a lot of people out here in these traditions, right? In all these traditions that have had bad experiences, including myself. And we speak about the bad, right? The negative part and all that of what we lived and what went on and all these things. But you barely hear about the people speaking about the good of this tradition. And especially talking about their leaders, their elders. Gratitude is the word of today. Being grateful that when you find that elder, male or female, that stops what they doing to talk to you, to teach you, to find out how you doing, how's your family, is everything okay? Takes the time to give you advice, on personal matters, not just things that has to do in the Munanso. Especially if you have that relationship built, that you guys could speak to each other, male or female, in a personal one-on-one. Gratitude. Be grateful. Because the same way we speak about elders that we have went through and we have gone certain situations and we speak the negativity about it, we also have to speak when we find those elders that are great, they are good to you, they are kind, they put time in you, that leave time from their family to put it in you. You have to be grateful. And you have to acknowledge that. You have to remember that we cannot think on just ourselves. Me. We have to always look at the other side also. Because when you only look from your perspective or from your interest, you're forgetting about the other side, meaning that elder. What are they losing in order to win in something else? And the winning, not all the time is what benefits them. Most of the time is benefiting us, the students, the godchildren. They win when they see you coming up, when they see you flourishing. They happy and they feel great, right? About that. I know I would. You understand? But at the same time, remember, they lose a lot. So gratitude has to be in the heart. It has to. You have to be grateful and that you found an elder that's teaching you, that puts their time in you, that sees your worth, that doesn't ask you for much in return. You have to be grateful. And you have to acknowledge that. Meaning, you cannot forget about all the time that elder put in you. Even if you have a disagreement at any point in time, for whatever it may be, disagreements that you could talk it out, disagreements that you maybe don't understand or you don't agree upon, speak, have a conversation, and see what common terms both of you guys could come in to. Because we all not going to agree on every single thing everybody else agrees upon. We all don't look at things the same way somebody else looks at it. Your experience might not be the same experience that I have on certain circumstances of life. My elder tells me that sometimes it's not beneficial for you to act upon certain issues or certain circumstances in life. It's not beneficial for you to jump the gun, for you to act out immediately. And sometimes that's not beneficial, and it's true. And I talked to my elder, right? And I only could translate this information of what he's talking to me about using the experience that I have had, the life that I have lived, and many of you guys have lived, and many of you guys are living it just like me, all over the world. And this experience is the experience of learning a certain code of life, living a certain code of life, all due to the environment that you live in. So when he speaks to me about this, not jumping the gun, taking things easy, looking at things more in a more broader sense, it makes me go back and to think about certain situations in my life and certain problems or things that I acted upon quickly and then not really sit down and think about it. And now it's too late. I can't take that back. Many times in my young ages, I acted upon things like a crackerjack that in the long run was not beneficial for me, but I didn't look at it like that. Why? Because here we live a certain way. We follow a certain code. And those people who understand what I'm speaking about knows what code that am I speaking about. So certain things we'll just let them go by, just like that. We act upon it too quick, and those things bring consequences, issues, problems into your life. So I apply the way that I know or I understand what my elders trying to explain to me. I look for ways of how to apply or how to put it in my life through life experiences or daily experiences to be able to translate what he's saying in order so I could benefit, but using life circumstances, life experiences. And this is a lot what I do in Nkisimalongo. When we talk about respect in Nkisimalongo, right? It's respect your elders, right? In Nkisimalongo, right? That just does not apply to people in Nkisimalongo. That applies to all the elders, any elder that you come across, whether from a tradition or not. Does not that apply to your grandmom, to your father, to your mother, to your great-great-parents, to your uncle? Does that not apply? Be respectful to your elders. Honor your elders. Is hitting a woman good? No, right? Does that not apply in this life? Right? Nkisimalongo, men, we're not allowed to touch a woman physically, even hurt verbally. Something that we're supposed to live by. Ain't that the same way you should treat a woman in life? Any woman? With respect, with honor, with dignity. You know, being loyal, it's another one. Having loyalty between your munanso, between one another, and especially between your godparents. Very big word. Not too many people follow. It's easy to say with the mouth, but hard to do for a lot of people. I learned loyalty out here in my life in these bricks before I even got into Nkisimalongo. What it is to be loyal. What does it consist of to be a loyal person? And a lot of us out here learn this since we are young, very young ages. And we not even explained what does loyalty mean, but we learn what loyalty is. When we are in certain circumstances or others are in certain circumstances, and this loyalty that we learn from young ages, we apply it. Same thing in Nkisimalongo. I apply it. When I don't like someone, and they don't have to do anything to me for me not like them, it's just the point that I could see that we don't vibe. We don't really connect. I just don't deal with people like that. I'd rather not talk to people like that. I'd rather not communicate with them. I'd rather not hang out with them. Invite nothing. I just don't deal with it because I don't vibe. And if I see that I don't vibe with a person, then what's the sense of being a hypocrite? I'm not a hypocrite. See, these things I apply to Nkisimalongo also. And these are things that I have lived in life and in the streets, and I live every single day. Brothers and sisters have issues in life. Brothers and sisters have issues in a munanso. But just like brothers and sisters work things out down the line, whether it's sooner or later, same way in a munanso, brothers and sisters should work things out and bring that unity back and that love towards one another. You see how I apply things from the natural living of every day, and also from living in these conditions, in these societies, and in these areas, how can we apply all these things into Nkisi Malongo? Because it applies to a lot of us that are living in these conditions. And all you guys know the conditions that I'm talking about. Loyalty, respect, gratitude, obedience, is something that a lot, it has been lost. But we gotta uphold that. And we gotta learn to be of these type of people. They have these qualities. Because if not, any issue you have with your elders, any issue, or with somebody from the Hama, from the house, you're gonna jump the gun. You're gonna rush into doing something before thinking, and you're gonna forget about all that time, all that learning, all that schooling, all those precious moments that you had with your elder, whether male or female, speaking on the phone, talking on a one-on-one things of life, talking about things about the tradition, learning and the teaching that they gave you. You're gonna forget if you jump the gun and be too fast, and you forget about all those experiences that you have had with that elder. And that's where you stop being grateful, because you're not acknowledging, or you do not acknowledge, you only look at yourself. So just don't be that person that just looks at themselves of what they have gained, or the problems they have had or had. Also look at the other side, because that elder could have been doing something else in their life and didn't have to spend that time on you. Remember that. So when you find that good elder, male or female, doesn't matter, that puts that time in and that work in and treats you like family, remember, don't one day have a miscommunication or a problem and forget about all that time that both of you guys put in that relationship, as a godchild and as a friend, as a, sometimes even as like a family member, literally family member. Don't forget. I just wanted to come in here today and just bring you guys that how can I say, that advice, because a lot of us forget. We forget and we think only about ourselves. Salam alaikum, alaikum salam, samela kutare. Have a great day. Be blessed. Like I said, loyalty, obedience, gratitude. Humble. Be humble. Be respectful to your elders, all types. And be respectful to one another. Have a great day. Thumb up the video for the algorithm. Subscribe if you like the videos. My email address is tatazongo, TATAZONGO 21 @yahoo.com. Have a great day and be blessed.